Good morning, Sean here. It is time for the Revelstoke Mayor Report with Mayor Gary Sauls. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Sean.
All right, Gary, what is going on in town? Let's dive right into the juicy stuff.
Well, I understand that Tigger's your new mascot outside the door here because we're bouncing up and down.
I know. I even got a text message from Mr. D that he says it's all nostalgia for him. I'm like, oh, that's good, Mr. D. Did you know that Randy spent time in a jail cell back before it was an art center? Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Thanks for letting me know that. I can envision that, and now I'll never be able to get that out of my head when I'm sitting
Randy
across
the
from
troublemaker.
him. Yep, sitting across from him trying to get insurance. I hope that gives me a discount. Just a couple things that I want to bring up. We want to get people registered for Talk Revelstoke, talkrevelstoke.ca to give input on things that are going on in the community. So if they want to, have their voice heard, we want them to register and actually tell us what they have concerns about. So right now, the Liquid Waste Management Plan is up, the OCP, Official Community Plan, and the I Heart Revi project. It's about our mental health state, that sort of thing, and a well-being. So if people want to get involved with that and give some input, we want to hear about it. Yeah, unless somebody sends us an email with some sort of positive message, that sort of thing, then staff will include that with the Talk Revelstoke stuff. But we really encourage people to use this avenue to kind of get in and give us your input on these things. And there'll be other projects that are coming up. The city will put them on there. And then that way they can engage, and they want to be able to engage back and forth with the community in that forum.
Now, Talk Revelstoke is this new site. It's a way to socialize through the community back to the city, and it's a way to do it without the rhetoric.
That's exactly, and then it's something called Bang the Table Forum. So basically it's set up in a way where people can give input and receive input. It seems to be working well. Yeah, I think it is the best way to go. We're going to have master transportation plan up there, and people will be able to give input. We're hearing emails from the community regarding the concerns of crossing 4th Street. Engineering department's hearing that. They've seen that. They've responded back to some of the people that have done that. That's all going to be part of the master transportation plan. And so looking at that, seeing what's going to be prudent. Having a crosswalk on every corner is not going to be the best thing. Traffic stop and go, and people will get frustrated and drive around the person that stopped, and then there's going to be incidents. So they're looking at it and saying, okay, where are we going to best do this? How are we going to do it? Do we need to have control signals? What do we need to do? So they look at the whole gamut of things as far as from an engineering perspective, and like I say, this is what's going to be the best. And just because we're not at that plan at this point in time doesn't mean that something isn't going to be done. And so they're looking to see what's going to be the best.
And I know that the downtown core was a discussion that we've had for the last couple of weeks. It's sort of cooled itself so far. There isn't going to be a consultation date set yet.
No.
Do you think this is something more like the fall, maybe?
I have no idea at this point, Sean. To be quite honest, I have to actually go to the staff and say, okay, what are we looking at here? Where are we at? What are these plans? And how do we get that out to the community so that they don't feel that it's just being shoved down their throat, that they actually get to have some input, and here's the timeline. So we'll work on getting that out and then actually saying to people, okay, here's what's coming, here's what we go. You know that the community wants to be engaged, and if we don't engage them, they're going to engage us in a way that's negative. So let's get out there, get some positive comments back, and get some input. If people are not happy about something, what would you be happy with? Let's hear what you have. And I'm not exactly sure what company or how it's going to roll out. Just like the wayfinding signage, there was a company that came up with plans, and they gave input, and people were to give input, and that's how it was defined. Anyway, we're definitely going to move forward with that sort of thing. I just want to talk about the pandemic infection rate. We're down to 0 at this point, so it's good to be back at that stage and move forward, and just encourage people to be diligent, continue to wash their hands, use their masks, that sort of thing.
Absolutely. Sorry.
and then go ahead and if you haven't registered for your vaccine, get out there, get your vaccine. It's going to help keep you safe. We hope that after this weekend's over that Dr. Henry and her group will lift some of the restrictions and that we can move forward with some of those things. Just encourage people to to get out there and enjoy some takeout and whatnot to help support our businesses as they keep going, support shopping downtown, that sort of thing. Remember, there is still travel restrictions on until the weekend is over, but also out on the highway, there is highway work being done. There is line painting, that sort of thing, especially if you're heading through to Golden or whatever. This month ends our CAO Dawn Lowe's tenure with the city of Revelstoke. So I want to say one last thank you to Dawn for all the years that she's given the community and wish her well as she moves on. And also her husband, Derek, who's our engineering technician, will be leaving as well. And we want to thank Derek for the many years that he's contributed to the city. And then just welcome our new interim CAO, Ron Matusi, who's coming to us with many years of experience from the city of Kelowna.
So I didn't get the job.
You didn't get the job. Sorry, man.
All right. Thanks, Gary.
All right.